Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video, and this is a paid request for Aaron. Thank you so much for that. For those interested in requesting any type of videos, I do have a Cash App. PayPal is usually the best way to do it, though. Either way, links are down below in the info box. I'll get to it as soon as I can. It could be a movie review, re-review, topic, reaction, commentary, whatever the case may be, video game playthrough, hour full playthrough, reaction, whatever. Feel free, I'll get to it as soon as I can, and for those that sent them, thank you, I really do appreciate it. As you can tell, this is for the 1978 film Grease, starring John Travolta, Olivia Newton-John, Stockard Channing, Jeff Conaway, Eddie Deason, who was a nerd and War Games, Critters 2 the Main Course, 1941 with Steven Spielberg. It's directed by the same guy who directed Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, the second Honey, I Shrunk the Kids movie, as well as Fly the Navigator, which I didn't realize that the same guy who did Fly the Navigator with the talking spaceship, voiced by Paul Rubens, Pee Wee Herman himself. I didn't realize the same guy directed Grease. But I've always enjoyed this film. I've always liked this film. I'm not a big musical guy, but this I would easily say is one of my favorites. Because I thought almost every song, not every, but almost every song I thought was catchy and was fun to listen to. And catchy's the best way to describe it. Now, before I go on, I'm sure most people know the story of Grease, but just in case, you have Danny Zuko, played by John Travolta. You got Olivia Newton-John, very beautiful lady, great voice as well. They meet together, they have a great summer, they go back to school, and it's pretty much John Travolta wants to stay cool with the guys, and does not want to admit that he was a bit of a lightweight, a pussycat with Olivia Newton-John. So things get a bit awkward throughout the school season. And all these little things happen. The other girls, called the Pink Ladies, they're unsure about Olivia Newton-John. Is she a goody two-shoes? You have John Travolta being a bit, wanting to tell Olivia Newton-John the truth, but at the same time, again, not wanting to lose his cool with the other guys. Sees a jock hanging out with Olivia and he gets a bit jealous, so he starts going out for sports. Olivia Newton-John trying to figure out what to do next. You have a bit of Stockard Channing going out with Jeff Conaway, and they have a bit of friction, and maybe Stockard Channing's pregnant, maybe she's not pregnant. You have this other girl that wants to drop out of school and go to beauty school, but things aren't really working out for that. So there's a lot of these little things kind of lightly strung together to serve the purpose of these songs throughout the film. Now, I know nowadays there are people that either get mad about Grease or they say it's problematic. It's systematic. Well, Grease is canceled. Grease is canceled. It's a sexist, misogynistic piece of shit. Fuck the movie. Oh, fuck the movie. There are people that react that way. Maybe they don't do it that way, but they react to it as, oh, this is terrible. This sucks, this piece of shit. Because, and I can understand, I even have an issue with this, with the story. Where, yeah, Olivia Newton-John's character at the end, she kind of has to change her ways and not be prim and proper and be kind of slutty to kind of get the guy at the end. Number one, she pulls off the look well. Number two, it's just meant to be a fun goofball kind of parody on 50s, the lifestyle, the movies. It's not to be taken seriously. I mean, you'd almost say a parody of it. Also, I mean, Travolta does change a bit too, because you see him in a different outfit. He's no longer wearing a leather jacket. I think they could have put a bit more emphasis on Travolta changing or wanting to change for Olivia. There's a scene where they're apart. He puts his hands around her and tries to almost attack her or try to kiss her. And then he's singing a song like, what was the song he was singing? It's the one song I hated. You hurt me really bad. I'm like, you tried to assault her, you asshole, and then you're crying about it that she left? See, you're watching a movie at the drive-in theater, someone jumps on you, like, what the fuck? Leave. And they, you hurt really bad, Sandra D. You hurt me really bad. I'm like, you asshole, you shitty boyfriend. And in a way, Danny Zuko is a shitty boyfriend. I mean, I gotta admit that. He's a pretty shitty boyfriend. That's one of the few knocks I'll give the film. I think they could have done a bit better job writing-wise for that character in the third act. So, because you kind of go, you don't deserve Olivia Newton-John. Like, you don't really deserve her. She could do better. I mean, fuck, she's going on with Lorenzo Lamas, the renegade himself. Stay with Lorenzo Lamas. You'll maybe learn some martial arts. Be a snake eater, too. Not the movie, but, a snake eater as well. Not in the movie Snake Eater 2. Anyway. But, yes, I know that's an issue. But I'm not going, oh, this movie sucks, condemn it, arrest it, fuck it all. It's more of, I did it. But again, when the rest of the movie has this goofy, silly tone, and it's not like, oh my god, completely gets dark all of a sudden. Yes, I think they could have changed things with that scene, but the rest of the movie I still think is pretty fun and pretty heartfelt and pretty entertaining. And fetches energy to it that I still quite like to this day, despite my issues with that plot point. And Travolta and Olivia, they did have wonderful chemistry with each other. I know, I forget what awards, I think it was the Oscars, in memoriam. He's talking and then he references this movie and what Olivia said, a line of dialogue. And I know a lot of people make fun of John Travolta nowadays. And you do see it. You go, oh, he's gay, all this other stuff, he's bi. I'm like, if he was, who gives a shit? Is he, isn't he? I don't know. I don't care. If he was, so what? Doesn't make him, so what? Nothing would change. I don't care. If he's such a clit or such a dick, he'd do both. I still like John Travolta. Still like a lot of his movies. From The General's Daughter to Broken Arrow to this movie to Pulp Fiction. Basic I liked. And I feel sorry for the guy because the guy lost his wife. I think he lost one of his kids. Someone he was close with, a friend, Olivia, died. Just recently, another one, Kirstie Alley, passed away, and I'm sure that affected Travolta because they did, 3 of those Look Who's Talking films together. I would think you do 3 films, you would bond after a while. So yeah, I feel bad for the guy, and I mean, yeah, I'm not into Scientology, and Battlefield Earth sucked, but other than that, I just really haven't heard anything that bad about the guy, and I just feel bad. I feel bad for what he's been through. I feel bad that, he gets a lot of shit for stuff, and I really don't think he deserves that. I think he's a good actor. I think he has a charming personality, and in this, he had a cool factor. I know they wanted Henry Winkler. He was on Happy Days, so they pretty much wanted him to play the Fonz again. But he's like, nah, I don't be typecast. I don't want that. Apparently, he regretted it later. But John Travolta was a good choice. And again, he had wonderful chemistry with Olivia. That's one of the best parts of it. They really shined on screen. You tell that they cared for each other. The dance scenes, they knew how to move, they knew how to sync up in the dance scenes. And the music, I think, again, other than that song where Travolta's like, you hit me really, crying at the drive-in about this girl I assaulted left me. That's pretty much what he's doing. I hate that bit. I wish that was cut out. But the rest of it, from, I love the title song. Grease is the word, is the word, is the notion. I like that the opening credits are done in this kind of old cartoon style. And I think it's a very catchy song. Grease is the word, is the word, is the motion. Other songs, summer lovin' happened so fast. Summer lovin'. Tell me more, did he get really far? Oh, she was good, you know what I mean. That's what there's songs that are catchy enough that makes me want to start singing, even though I can't sing for shit. I remember in school plays everywhere, they always had a... I don't know if they do it nowadays, because it's problematic, but I remember back then they would do a lot of plays on... school plays on Grease, because of the songs and all that stuff. And the cast of characters, I like Travolta's group. You got Jeff Conaway, who I think Sally's passed away. And the cronies, the other three who are kind of like, might as well call them the Three Stooges. But I like those actors. I thought they showcased really fun, goofy personalities that were able to stand out. Each person was able to stand out from the other. As well as the ladies. Dr. Channing had a good spunky attitude, and then her ladies. You had the one girl, which... I guess she had a bit of butt teeth, but she even made fun of her herself because her character, they mocked this commercial. Brush ya, brush ya, brush ya. Brush ya, brush ya, brush ya. I think Jan was her name. Then you had the girl who was going to beauty school and eventually had to go back to regular school. Then you had the other one. So I don't know, each one had their unique look. They had, again, this fun energy to them that worked well as a group. Personalities, attitudes. I think some of the dialogue was actually kind of witty. Like one of the girls goes, hey, I got these glasses. Do they make me smarter? And Dr. Channing looks and goes, nah, they can still see your face. I thought that was pretty funny. And again, the songs I think are infectious. Again, for me, this goes up there with Little Shop of Horrors. I would probably put that still above this, but like that movie, again, the songs like Grease Lightning, is systematic, hydromatic, was Grease Lightning. And I don't know the lyrics to the song. I'm not good at remembering them. Grease lightning, go grease lightning. And even Jeff Conaway was keep talking, we keep talking. We get her ready. I said we get her ready. Maybe just I have a big fond nostalgia, because I do remember watching this a lot back in the day on VHS. I had siblings that would be in the Grease play, so I remember having to watch in the auditorium while my brother actually was in one of the Grease school plays. So I would watch that. He did a good job with that. And it's one of those things where you could argue that there's not a whole lot of a plot. It's kind of just these two where she says hi to Danny and then Danny says hi to her, but he wants to stay cool, but then that causes a bit of friction and like what's going on here. And there's not a whole lot, I mean, like I said, I mentioned the few subplots there are, but the catchy songs and the infectious energy definitely helps propel it forward despite the limited plot. And there's still stuff I thought was fun. When Travolta's trying out for the sports to try to get Olivia's attention, I thought that was actually pretty fun. I think Travolta can do comedy well. Whether it be he's going out for basketball and they're trying to get the ball and he's trying to punch them. He's holding the ball. It's like, who wants some? No. You're supposed to do that. You're supposed to dribble. So he does it, and then someone steals the ball, and he goes up and he punches the guy. Someone blows, what'd I do? What'd I do? He's very sincere in that. Same with he's doing baseball, and people keep talking shit to the catcher, and he's like, the way he's trying to move and get his feet. And the guy's talking shit, so he grabs the guy's mask and lets it go and hits the guy right back in the face. I like the guy who plays the coach. I think it's Sid Caesar, comedian that's done a lot of stuff. I liked him. Like he first sees Danny try to go out for sports, he's smoking, and he says the line, first rule, cut back to 2 packs a day. That was actually my favorite part, was him trying out for sports. I kind of wish there was a bit more scenes of that nature in it. And there's some fun bits of dialogue. Like Jeff Conaway's character, his name is Tiniti, and sees his girlfriend Dr. Channing as Hitties, and he puts it, well, hey, a Hitty from Tiniti is like a Hallmark card. Other notable parts, like I said, because there's so many characters, it's hard to give each one the full time of day to really establish them as a tremendously three-dimensional. So you did, enough with some of them. I did like the girl who's the beauty school, but she's dropping out to go back to regular school, and she has this kind of dream fantasy where Frankie Avalon sings to her. I read up apparently at one point that was supposed to be Elvis Presley, but he had passed away. I forget who else they wanted for him. But I liked when you listen to the lyrics just how much he's giving shit to the girl, where it's like, the only customer you have is a hooker who wants their hair done by a slob. Like, when you listen to lyrics, he's really giving her some nasty shit and just tearing her down verbally, but doing it in like a sweet way. It's one of those, like, you really listen to the lyrics like, shit. He's really telling her how much she sucks. And there's some fun scenes, like the whole dance scene where they're doing a dance for this TV program at the school, and they're told not to look at the camera, but everybody's looking at the camera, and then they do this dance competition. If you get tapped, you leave. And like John and Olivia do some really nice choreographed dancing. Then this girl who used to know Travolta's character does some dancing, and Again, that's one thing. Travolta's character really does become... Again, my one big complaint... Well, a nitpick. A nitpick is I wish there was enough time that some of the characters had a little bit more development. A little bit more of some of the other greasers and the other pink ladies, as they call it. But also, I wish they would have done stuff to not make Travolta such a shitty boyfriend. Because she's honest with him, but he's lying about... Even when he's talking to his friends about, oh, it was so much physical, when it's not really the case, then he doesn't want to admit his feelings to her. Okay, that'll be something that'll be an arc later on. But even on the dance floor, he just stop and go to her, but instead he keeps dancing with his ex. And then at the drive-in, he tries to smother her, and then she's like, what are you doing? And then he's crying about it. You hurt me real bad. Yeah, I wonder why. Because he tried to rape her, pretty much. What the fuck you doing? And then you have this race at the end when he's racing the greaser guy. And he does win. But I wish there was a bit more of... Because it kind of, with the way it ends, spoiler, he does change like a certain outfit, granted, but I wish there was a bit more of like either an internal monologue or maybe talking with the other guys and admitting, you know, this is how the summer really was and I really like this girl. Like, even if it's like maybe talking to his parents, like something about... to really see how regretful he is of his actions, how much he feels bad he fucked up, that he knows it was his fault what happened at the drive and his fault he did certain things and really wanted to make it work and really think... I'm not saying it's got to go on a 10-minute monologue like a fucking after school special or something, but just something a bit more. Does it feel... Even though, that's the thing, like, technically at the end, they both do change their clothes. You see Travolta is dressed differently. But, you see him from winning the race to that outfit, you don't see the transition. At least with Olivia Newton-John, she sings a song about Sandra Dee, and about her being kind of prim and proper and then asking someone, could you help me? So I'm sitting there going, so the message is conform and you'll have a happy ending? Conform, goddammit, and you'll be happy. So it's like, well, why does she have to change? That's the question. Why does she have to change when he's the one being an asshole? She didn't do anything wrong. That's the thing. She didn't do anything wrong. What did she do wrong? So why does she have to change? And that's again the one weird thing about watching it again. It's like, I wish that was fixed up a bit. I didn't have a bit more of Travolta. A little bit more of that I think could have helped at least a little bit. I will admit though, the way Olivia looks, pretty hot. I don't blame Travolta melting almost through the floor with it. And I love that. It's my favorite song in the movie too. I got chills, they're multiplying. It's electrifying. Better wake up, 'cause I need a man. You're the one that I want. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Baby, you're the one that I want. Again, very catchy, very energetic, infectiously fun. That's the thing. It's meant to be just fun. Over the top. Hell, they get in a car and they fucking fly away at the end. So it's not meant to be taken serious. It's not meant to be a drama. I understand that. But again, it's just... I'm sure people would see this and go, wow, Travolta really is a shitty boyfriend, his character. But other than that point, and like I said, some of the other characters in the backdrop, I wish they had a little bit more development to them. But again, it's hard to do with so many characters, and you don't want the movie running too long. And who knows, maybe they did and they deleted it. I don't know. Because you think most movies, they shoot a bunch and stuff gets deleted, so who knows. Is this out on Blu-ray? I would assume it is. What are the features on it, though? Yeah, there's a 40th anniversary. Yeah, but does it say what's on it? Sorry, I'm just curious about this. Oh, yeah, 4K. The majority of bonus features are archival and from the 2006 Rock and Rydell DVD, including a commentary by director Randal Kleiser and choreographer, intro, a karaoke version of the movie with lyrics provided so you could sing, 22-minute featurette with members of the cast and crew, 24-minute new featurette takes a look at the very first version of Grease to hit the stage, how the original title sequence was designed to play to a different song. So they had another Grease song, and this guy says it was awful. An alternate ending, but not really that much different. Here we go. 11 deleted and unused scenes. Which they don't look pretty long running times. Just some alternate scenes or bits of extended stuff. And some featurettes are about 3 minutes long. Featurette takes a look at the production numbers of the movie, 8 minutes long. Interviews from back to the day, that's like 1-2 minutes long. So, okay. So yeah, apparently they say it's going to depend on if you own the prior release and what one thinks of the new look. So, okay, so yeah, it is on 4K. Although again, most of the features are stuff that was on the DVD back today. So I was thinking with the first Blu-ray they probably brought the features over. I would think they did. I don't know. Well, sometimes they don't. Because then when they released Speed on Blu-ray with Keanu Reeves, they didn't have the features from the DVD, but the 4K of it does. So, who knows. Anyway, I know I went off tangent with that, but... yeah, Grease I still find to be a fun movie. Stockard Channing, did not mind her. I'd like to say I liked her attitude. In a weird way, her attitude seemed like a more likable version of Roseanne, in a weird way. I didn't mind her song, Look at me, I'm Sandra Dee. Granted, she's making fun of Olivia, who's done nothing wrong, so she acted like a bitch, but I thought she actually did pretty good singing. But yeah, Grease I find fun. I know, I would say I watched Grease a lot more than Saturday Night Fever. So because I'm more used to Grease, I would say I probably like Grease a bit more. So Grease is probably my favorite 70s Travolta movie. I would say it's my favorite Travolta movie. No, I would say it's Broken Arrow. That will always be my favorite Travolta movie, but Grease, maybe in the top 5 Travolta films, maybe. I'd have to look up his filmography, but it's a fun one. It's a fun musical. So it was nice to revisit this again. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you guys later. Bye bye for now.